Here's how to solve this Masyu puzzle in a logical way with no guessing. Um, we're going to start by looking at the edges. Those tend to be easier in this puzzle type because white dots, you can draw a line straight through, and there's only one possible direction to do that. And black dots like this, well, obviously does that. Um, Now we've got a white dot that I see right here. You'll see this cropping up from time to time. So it's got to turn on one side or the other of the dot, and there's only one possibility for that here. The other pattern we're going to see all the time are black dots that aren't right up against something but are too close for the line to go a particular direction. So in this case, there's got to be an L, and it's got to go two spaces. So it can't go up, but it's got to go one of the vertical directions and one of the horizontal directions. That's how an L works. So it's going to have to go down, and now it's hitting this white dot, so it's got to keep going. And then it's also got to go left and right. We can do that on some other ones, which I'll do in a second, but just to sidetrack to a different kind of logic you'll see a bunch, we've got a vertical line across this dot right now. And so these other two are going to have to be vertical as well, because otherwise they'd run into that line right there. And also I'm going to mark this while I'm here. This line can't go any further because it's got to turn on one side or the other. We don't know which way it turns yet, but I'm going to mark that with an X so that we remember that we can't keep going that way. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to that black dot logic. This one, while it looks like it has a little freedom, it actually doesn't. It can't go left because there's not enough room, and it actually can't go up anymore because of this line going this way, so it's got to go that way. And then this dot's got to go in, this dot's got to go up and right, and this one can't go west anymore, it's got to go east, and then either up or down from there. Okay, so now this pink line here is starting to get boxed in a little bit. It's got to go up, and that's good because that immediately tells us the nature of this black dot. It can't go left anymore because it doesn't have enough space to go far enough, so it's got to go east. Now this green line can't go west because it doesn't have anywhere to go, so it's going to go east. And then this line up top can't keep going because it's boxed in, so it's got to go down like that. Can't go west because it's boxed in, got to go down. We know how this black dot works. So, and this keeps on going down like that. So you can see, oh, and this one has to turn on one side or the other, so it's got to be this one, giving us the nature of this black dot. And now this, I'm going to change these colors. Now this red line can't go west because it would be inside the box. Can't go down because it would close the box too early. Got to go to the right, which means this purple line's got to go right. It can't go up because it's trapped. Can't go right because it'd be a loop. So it's got to go down. And so you can see that so far we haven't made any logical leaps at all. Everything has been a pretty direct observation. It's just a matter of seeing them. This orange line at the bottom can't go to the left, so it's got to go up, extending our big loop further. This black one is now too close up here to go up, so it's got to go down, which means it goes to the right. And this corner has got to turn around. Let's see where we go next. Now it's getting to the point where we have to think a little bit harder. This black dot is an interesting one. If this were to go west, that all seems good. That seems good, except now it is trapped. So it's actually going to go to the right, which means this loop can't go down into this area or will be trapped. So it's got to go straight on through. And so now we've made that big loop even bigger. This is good because this white dot now is bounded on one side, so we know which direction it goes. It goes that way and must stop, which tells us which direction this one goes. I like it when they bounce back and forth like that. This one goes up like this. It loops around, has some fun over there. So now, what do we have left? Now this is a bit of a tricky situation right at the end, disambiguating this last bit. This is the part that I think is the hardest logic of the whole thing. There might be an easier way that I'm not seeing, but what I ended up thinking about when I was putting this together was um, this last white dot here. Which of the two options could it be? Now, if it goes vertically, then what happens to this tan line? It's not that kind of tan line. It can't go up because it'll be boxed in. It's got to go down. And now this one has to go over here. And now we've got a problem. We've got a big closed loop. So I'm going to undo that. So that's a little bit farther look ahead than the rest of the puzzle has needed, but it is sound. You can see that this can't be vertical because of that. And so it's got to be horizontal. It's got to turn on one side of a white dot. This has got to keep on going. And now we can't close this loop early, but this time we can fix that problem. So instead of going over, we can go down, we can go over, and now this can go down like that, and that solves the puzzle.